Hello, my name is John Nelson with Tulsa Community College Career Services. Today's presentation is going to be about evaluating where you're at in regards to your transition from the military to civilian life, particularly not only with school, but with the job search. So with that, we'll get started. Just a real quick background about me. I did serve 20 years active duty in the United States Navy, retired as a Chief Petty Officer. When I got home, I spent 8 years with the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission. For the first 2 years, I specialized in veteran employment. And for the last six, I was actually a center manager for the second largest one-stop in the state. Everything that we did really centered around veterans' preference and priority. A lot of our funding depended on how we treated veterans and the services that we gave them. So it's always been something that I've enjoyed, and I really enjoy it here at TCC. I've been on board since September the 6th. So moving on here, first question. A lot of people are still confused over what defines a veteran. Basically means that if you've served one day in any of the services, reserve, guard, active duty, if you served one day, you are known as a veteran. That's federal law. You can find it especially in labor law. But again, if you've served for one day, you're a veteran, and all of these benefits are going to apply for you. Of course, there are different levels of the discharge. You have an honorable discharge, which is full benefits eligibility, all the way down to the BCD, the good old big chicken dinner. But the honorable discharge is what we're looking for. And that's going to be the one thing really that employers are looking for as well. It's challenging being a student veteran, and it's challenging getting out of the service and rejoining civilian life. You're really regarded as an individual once you separate. While you were in, remember, it was about the we, not the me. It was about the team. From the day you set foot into boot camp, you never did anything until that last man, that last sailor, your last shipmate, that last member of your company was with you. You were part of a team. You were a direct contributor of that success. The military is its own subculture. We have a different language, a different way of doing things. We took time the right way with a 24-hour clock. But again, we were like-minded, focused, and we were a motivated group of professionals. Again, it was about the we, not the me. But when we're discharged, you become that by yourself individual civilian. You can really feel by yourself. I'm coming up on 11 years being retired, and there are times I still wonder what I'm doing. I miss the camaraderie. I miss the teamwork. And a lot of the whole individual aspect of it can be hard to get used to. It can really be hard to find that sense of belonging again and learning to speak civilianese, if you will, again, and trying to find that identified purpose and mission. But you're not alone. It is a new and unfamiliar situation, but it's a new purpose, a new mission. And yeah, we've got to get used to civilian life being slow and totally unorganized, but you're not by yourself by any stretch. And we're about to go into how you bring, as a veteran, a lot of wonderful gifts that employers and even teachers are looking for. First of all, the best thing that we have going for us are what are called transferable skills. It's a general skill you can use in a lot of jobs. The military provided us with a ton of transferable skills. We've also got a unique life experience. We understand the value of communication. We understand the value of leadership. We were all given leadership duties in one form or another, whether you were in for 4 years or for 40 years. You've got that analytical skill, figuring out what the mission is, what your orders are, what you have to work with, organization and time management. Okay, I've got how much time? We leave at 0 dark 30 for what? All these things come into mind. Technical skills. The military is just as much or more a technical organization as any civilian outfit can be. A lot of people forget that everything that we do is automated, computerized, digitized, just as much as it is out here in the civilian world. But again, we also bring those personal qualities and interpersonal skills like character and teamwork that we earned in the military. Here's some great skills translations here. If you're an aircraft tech, yeah, engineering, mechanical work, energy industry, submarine operations, or anything technical, working with computer programs, high-tech comm systems, cryptology, DC for the Navy folks, and Coast Guard, damage control, and of course, emergency operations. Armed Forces chef, you bring in an incredible amount of logistical experience, figuring out how to feed anywhere from 50 to 10,050 people, how many times a day. That lines you up again for not only being great in all kinds of logistical work, but food safety, food inspections, taking care of large events, those types of things. So much experience with that. Combat medical tech, absolutely. Hospital ER, paramedic, any of the medical fields. Before this whole virus thing started, medical field was in huge demand. It's even bigger now. They're bringing folks back in that have retired, civilian and military both, to try to combat this thing. Special forces, absolutely. Law enforcement and all the other gifts that you have. But the rule and the challenge is to translate what we did from military speak, military jargon, into what we lovingly call civilianese. Here are some strengths that veterans bring to the classroom and really to the workplace as well. Number one, attention to detail. Absolutely. Had to be right the first time, every time. We were all responsible for millions of dollars equipment, shooting airplanes off flight decks. fueling airplanes 5 miles high, maintaining those big HEMTs, working at an embassy and working with that kind of equipment, doing drug ops with the Coast Guard. All these things are millions of dollars of equipment and taking care of our shipmates and the people we work with. We're confident, motivated, energetic, and self-starting. We were taught that from day one. Decision making and being decisive, absolutely. That valuable teamwork and camaraderie. That's what's known as soft skills out in the civilian world, knowing how to work with people, communicate, and work as a team. Safety conscious, absolutely. Everything we did was based on safety. And also the work ethic that we have, but most importantly, when it says vetted by the nation's largest employer, the federal government is the nation's largest employer. Vetted means being checked and being verified. The neat thing about having an honorable discharge, that tells an employer that you are drug-free. And again, being vetted by the nation's largest employer, that's a huge plus on any job application. So bottom line, to close up here, student veterans are going to bring, and veterans in the workplace too, are going to bring experiences that most people don't have. They have that experience, that knowledge, that maturity, that leadership, that grace under pressure, working in stressful situations. It can be a huge challenge adjusting the social, academic, and work lifestyle, not only colleges and university, but in the civilian workplace. Lots of times you have to fight those crazy stereotypes as either we're heroes or we're broken because of PTSD and all the other strange coverage that we get. Something to think about. More civilians have PTSD than military members do. It's just played up as more of a military disease in news reports and whatnot. But overall, veterans are excellent and successful at everything that we do. So I want to thank you for stopping by today. Here's my contact information. Best way to get a hold of me right now with everything going on, john.nelson@tulsacc.edu. Again, that's John without the H, .nelson@tulsacc.edu. I'm with Career Services. Contact us. We've got a great team of professionals that can help any student with any question that they have. And even with all this craziness, we're still here for you. Thank you.